Kia ora bros and girls, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a Black Widow Deadly Origins tape breakdown. So we're going to break down this class and we're going to show you the three things that you need to know to be able to beat her easily, reliably, and consistently. Right? So let's first of all have a look at the nodes. She's got increased physical resistance and her shock abilities are improved by 40%, and if she puts a debuff on you, she gains 240% attack rating, which basically means if she puts a debuff on you, you're effectively dead if you're a 4-star. But the main one here is this Dizzy node, which means that if you evade her, she's going to reduce your ability accuracy, your defensive ability accuracy, and your block proficiency. But also on top of that, that node is really specifically nasty along with her ability. Now, she's all around Widow's Insights. She does a whole bunch of shock damage and stuff. And while Widow's Insight is on, which is basically if you're dashing at her, if you're finishing a combo, if you're recovering from a heavy, if you're throwing a special, she gains this, like, it's not like a buff, but she gains increased ability on the shock. She reduces your defensive ability. Her heavies can stun, all those kind of things. So this is more like when you play her. But when we were talking about that nasty combination, we're talking Dizzy and counterattack evade. So counterattack evade means that whenever she misses or whenever you dex an attack, she gets a passive evade that has a 100% chance. She can't miss. She has a 100% chance to evade the next basic attack that you have for 8 seconds. This is kind of the really main one. Now, there's shock damage in her SP1, there's shock damage in her SP2, so if you have a shock immune, you're going to have a good time. But the really important first thing is do not evade her, right? So tip number one is don't evade, because if you evade, you're going to end up in the bin, because she's going to counteract that. She's going to step away, and the next attack that you're going to do, you're going to completely miss, and she's going to get an opening for her attack. So the second thing you need to know about this one is you need to learn how to evade her SP1, and her SP1 is a little bit cheeky and a little bit tricky, okay? So this is what it looks like, and we're going to slow that right down in this tape breakdown, okay? So the first thing she's going to do is she's going to do this looping kick at you, then she's going to come around with her baton, she's going to try to stab you, and then she's going to come back. Now, you think this is over, but then she throws a little shock bang thingy along the ground, a little bit like Electro's shockwave. Right, so you can just evade that first part. This is the bit that gets most people. Then when she comes back and it looks like she's just finished her SP1, but actually there's a little shock on the ground that's coming at you, the little blue one, and what you're looking at is dexing that as it comes at your feet. So this is what it looks like in real time. You back away, she sends it, you dex away from that, right? So that's the SP1. This is probably the one you're going to be most likely going to be avoiding. But let's also have a look at the SP2. This is the third thing you need to know. So this is what the SP2 looks like, and let's slow that down. She's going to kick right up. Okay, she's blocking for a bit. She's going to kick right up. She's going to come back down, flick through, and then she's going to come and dash at you. And effectively, so long as you're far enough away, you're going to be able to really evade this one quite easily. And to be honest, it's unlikely that you will get to the spot. But I actually prefer the SP2 because I find that easier to evade than the SP1. So wherever given the option, I will push her to her SP2. But sometimes you don't get enough hits in to do that. So those are the three tips. So just to summarize, don't evade. Learn how to evade the SP1. Don't forget about that little shockwave at the bottom. And if you can, push her to her SP2. And other than that, you can come in here and just don't use evaders and use some damage over time champs. She's got no natural regen, she's got no natural resistances to debuffs. So someone like Archangel, Void, that kind of thing is fantastic. Archangel was an absolute beast for this fight. He's got the class advantage. Also, as you can see, I'm not evading her. I'm evading her now because I have to, but also I've got 2 neurotoxin charges which reduce her ability accuracy. So having a duped Archangel here is useful. You'll notice that there, when I did the heavy, her Widow's Insight kicked in and I actually missed, but because she was stunned, she stayed in the same place. It's going to happen here again because I'm dexing now. She's got a 100% chance to miss the next one. See there, she missed the heavy, but luckily she got stunned from the neurotoxin, not from my heavy attack. So that's kind of the main thing that you have to just be aware of. And if you can balance those three things, evading the SP1 reliably, or the SP2 if it comes at you, we're not forgetting about the little shockwave, and minimizing your dexing as much as you can, ideally just blocking and parrying. Someone else who would be fantastic for this is probably Cap America Infinity War, because he can just block, build up, block, build up, block, build up, and get to the SP2, and you never have to evade. So hopefully this helped you out, guys. If it did, please share it with your alliance and give us a thumbs up. We'll see you in the next one. Ka kite ano, bros and girls.